Since it's raining and we are also seeing a lot of people coming in, can we wait for 5 minutes? If you, thank you. I think it's time to start the event. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, dear artist friends. On behalf of National Gallery of Modern Art, Ministry of Culture, Government of India, I warmly welcome you all for this special evening. Today, we are delighted to present an illustrative talk and artistic sharing by renowned theatre artist Choiti Ghosh, founder of Tram Arts Trust, New Delhi. The session today, titled Putul Katha, Doll Stories, takes us on a fascinating journey through doll tradition, theatre, animation, and archive. It invites us to reflect on how folklore, tradition, and contemporary life merges in deeply creative and cross-disciplinary way. Ms. Ghosh has worked closely with the doll-making communities of Sundarbans and West Bengal, reviving and reimagining their indigenous clay doll tradition through performance, storytelling, and puppet. Her project and the performance titled Mati Katha, Earth Stories, is a vibrant example of how traditional crafts can find new life and meaning through collaboration across art forms, combining live clay sculpting, object theatre, music, narrative. We are honored to have Ms. Choiti Ghosh with us today, whose work exemplifies the power of interdisciplinary storytelling and cultural dialogue. Please join me in welcoming Ms. Choiti Ghosh on stage. Take over from.
দেহতরি দিলাম সাড়িও তোমার নামে ও এবার আমি যদি ডুবে মরি ও এবার আমি যদি ডুবে মরি কলঙ্ক তোমার নামে তোমার নামে. This translates to I float my boat my, in your name. Now, if I were to drown, the scandal is in your name. So, with the hope that you will help my boat afloat, I begin the talk with a big thank you to the National Gallery of Modern Art, who have the great understanding that traditional is contemporary. My name is Choiti. I am a theatre artist, very specifically an object theatre artist. I create theatre with objects, uh, which means that I automatically have a propensity to looking at the world to try to understand the world through objects. These objects in the last 5 years or so have included the doll. This is not going to be an academic talk. I'm no academic. I am an adult theater artist who plays with dolls. So, so what we will be sharing with you today are our experience of traveling through rural Bengal, crisscrossing across districts and villages, sometimes by road, sometimes by boat, hand carts, bullock carts, toto carts, on foot, wading through water, marshlands, and by bus in every mode possible, in search of dolls, in search of doll artists, their communities, and their story. So, how did this all begin? It began about 5 years ago when my aunt gave me a handful of clay dolls, which she had inherited from her great grandmother in law, who had inherited them from her great grandmother in law, and she from her great grandmother in law. So they had been passed down some 400, 500 years. They had been passed down as part of the wedding trousseau of a child bride who brought them to her newly wedded home as toys to play with. They started out as three trunkfuls. By the time they came to me, there were three left. My aunt told me the stories, and that triggered a curiosity. I started reading up about the doll arts of West Bengal and found a lot of material on the crafting of the doll. How are they made? With what are they made? What I missed were the stories, the story aspect, the stories that unearth the hidden aspects of the needs, dreams, contexts of these dolls. I missed the people that were hidden inside the doll. Thus began the field driving from Delhi to West Bengal, all over, crisscrossing, in search of these stories. We are not the only doll lovers in West Bengal. There is a small community of doll lovers who uh, collect, support, discourse around the doll arts, who have been instrumental in keeping a very under pressure art form alive. But we here have the advantage of standing before you outside West Bengal, which is why we are here. The research began through creating a roadmap from Bisho Bangla. Bisho Bangla is the flagship project of the West Bengal government, who about a decade or so ago had supported 27 traditions of the doll art. That became our first roadmap. Traveling through this roadmap, we realized that these 27 traditions were really a drop in the ocean. Really a drop. West Bengal is dotted with doll families, doll villages, doll artists, each of them unique, each of them with different histories, different contexts. Currently, we came to Bangalore because we have a small exhibition on at MAP, at the Museum of Art and Photography, where only 14 to 15 genres of doll arts are up. There are only 129 dolls up, mostly clay. But West Bengal has 23 districts, and each of these districts collectively have over 37,000 villages. Numerous of these villages create dolls. West Bengal artists create dolls with every material that is available in the land, from clay, metal, wood, cloth, coconut, betel nut, leaves, name it, it's all there. The only material they don't create dolls with is stone, because there is no stone in West Bengal. So you can really understand the scale of this completely doll crazy state. There are three large purposes for which these dolls are created. The original purpose were for worship and for children to play with. More recently, display. Dolls are created for display as well. And there is a very interesting aspect in the relationships between art and craft, between the ecclesiastical and the temporal, between tradition and change, adaptability. In conversation with the artists and with the communities whose lives are intrinsically linked with the dolls, we realize that the dolls are windows, they're portals into the land, into the people, into the culture. The dolls that continue to survive today, they do so because they remain hugely relevant to people's lives. Each of these styles have distinct stories ranging from historical, ritualistic, folklore, belief, imaginations, perceptions of the artist, very everyday quotidian stories that are personal to the artists and to their communities, as well as stories that are universal or global. They have global resonance. Just to give you a few brief examples of the doll stories. You can already see some of the variety here. The tepa putul, the hand pressed clay dolls. These are possibly the most ancient variety of dolls still made in West Bengal today. These dolls have been excavated also from Panduraja Dhibi, which is between 1500 to 1200 BC, which bear remarkable likeness to dolls unearthed from Mehergarh site in Indus Valley civilization. They are still made, they are still played with, they are still worshipped all across West Bengal. We've seen children play with them, create make believe stories. And today they also combine their plastic dolls along with the Tepa Putul to make new games. There might be almost 100% of you in this room who recognize this doll, the very famous Bakuda horse, which used to be the All India Handicrafts logo. They are votive dolls, worship dolls. When you travel across rural Bengal, inside the forest, under trees, you find heaps of them lying under trees because they are wish fulfillment. They carry wishes of people. Interestingly, they are also called Choloner Putul. Now, Cholon in Bengali means to cheat because these clay dolls are being offered to the god in lieu